Today on Ghost Rider Studios, when traffic laws jump up and bite you when you least expect it. YouTube. Today we're going to get out here on the super slab and talk about a potentially contentious subject: traffic laws. And you know, traffic laws are kind of like everything else, starting with religion, depending on what denomination or what text you follow. Everybody has their own interpretation of how to conduct that particular religion and to what extent, from the extreme to the ultra-conservative and all points in between. Same with traffic laws. Now, you can do whatever you want to do out here on the roads, local or super slab, long as you can deal with the consequences of it. Now, this is not a how-to or congressional report on traffic laws. It's just Ghost Rider's opinion on traffic laws. In particular, speed limits. So we're going to get going out here on the super road, and if you can, pay attention to the signs on the side of the highway. Because, I do pay attention to those signs, and for the most part, I follow what they say. Now, we're getting on here on Interstate 95. I'm not talking about that sign. You can't get out here and do 95 miles an hour. We're talking about the speed limit sign. Okay, so we merged onto the highway, and before too long, there's a sign on the right side of the road, right there, speed limit 70 miles per hour. Okay, now we're talking about traveling down the highway. We got three lanes here: the right lane, the center lane, and the left lane. How many speed limit signs did we see back there? We saw one speed limit sign. Okay, so if I'm sitting out here at 70 miles an hour and I get out here in the center lane, how fast can I go? I would say 70 miles an hour. Okay, and we're a little bit over 70 there, so let's cut it back a little bit. Let's say I get out here in the left lane, still 70 miles an hour. How fast am I allowed to go by law? Like I said, there was one sign back there. It didn't say which lane was 70 miles an hour. It's the highway. It's 70 miles an hour in this lane, in the middle lane, and in the right lane. Now, here in the state of Florida, they'll flash it on the highway signs and will say, slower traffic, keep right. It's the law. Okay, so what is your interpretation of slower traffic? My interpretation is slower traffic is anything below the speed limit. In this case, 70 miles an hour. So if anybody's doing under 70, they need to stay over there, 70 or below, or under 70, I should say. They need to stay over there in the right lane. You get out here in the left lane and you're passing traffic, fine. However, there's a but there. In particular, speak of something I know of in person, up there in the state of New Jersey. Now, New Jersey will tell you the left lane is for passing only. It doesn't say anything about slower traffic. It just says the left lane is for passing only. Now, in that passing, you know, certain parts up there of the New Jersey Turnpike, if I remember correctly, it's, I think 70 miles an hour, and some is 65. So if you get out there in that left lane to pass somebody, and they're doing 70 in the middle lane, or 75, and you get out there and you do 80 and 85, you can't get a ticket, right? Well, I'd have you go and test that out for yourself. Now, how is it in the other state? What kind of highway signs do they have up to tell you about traveling and your speed? And like I said, just like with your YouTube channel, everybody will have an opinion about it.
In case you can't hear me, what I'm saying is stop the hate. Who cares what people's channels are doing and what they are doing on their channels? It doesn't affect you. That's my message to everybody.
Just like your motorcycle, your personal motorcycle that you spend your money on, everybody will want to have an opinion about it and be critical about how you conduct your business on your motorcycle. So, I say, live and let live. You be you, let me be me. I said that to Cardinal Luckett the other day on one of his posts. I tell you, that brother, he's a down-to-earth brother. And I like when he gets out there and tells it like it is. So that's how it is. Okay, fine example. Here's this pickup truck in the middle lane. He's a tad on to 70 miles an hour. I get out here in the left lane. Of course, there's somebody coming up behind me. Not too happy that I'm out here in the left lane doing the speed limit. Well, I'm going to be nice, pull back over here in the middle lane. Okay, but like I said, everybody has an opinion about how to do, what to do, and then there's the lawman. So you get out there in that left lane, doing 70 miles an hour, which is the speed limit. Mr. Cop comes up behind you, flashes that light, toots that horn, and you still keep on going. But you know you're not breaking any laws, you're just riding down there at the speed limit. Mark you, like I said, the signs here say, slower traffic, keep right. So is he telling me if he comes up behind me, I'm doing the speed limit as posted, that I need to go faster than the speed limit to be in that left lane? I think that's an argument you could take up with the judge. And there you go again. I'm going to tell you, everybody has an opinion. All judges, all the way up to the Supreme Court, which we're all familiar with, they all have their own interpretations of the law. And they will flex and bend and stretch it to accommodate themselves or to punish you. Just got to remember, we're out here on the roadway. We don't hold the handle of the sword, we hold the blade. So the law, the enforcers, and the judges in the courts, they're the ones who are manipulating the handle while we hold on to the blade. So I just put that out there to you. Like I said, this is going to be a quick, short video. Just wanted to see if anybody will jump on in and leave me some comments of their opinions about driving down the highway. What do you think about the speed limit sign? What do you think about the popular saying that generally you're allowed to go 5 or maybe 10 miles an hour over the speed limit? A lot of people will tell you that. Now, down here in Florida, everybody drives above the speed limit. And of course, state, county, and local lawmen will be pulling people over for speeding. Mark it, they can't get everybody. So if it is true that you're allowed 5 or I heard some people say 10 miles over the speed limit, how come they're getting pulled over and getting tickets? Well, there are a lot of things besides just speeding that will catch an enforcer's attention, and they'll use that speeding to pull you over to start the program and get into a discussion with you about all the laws you might be breaking. I heard on the news the other day, some drug runner decided to use old grandpa to run the drugs. I forgot what state he was in, but Grandpa was out there on the interstate driving at 45 miles an hour because he figured if he wasn't speeding, the cops can't stop him. And that's another point. Out on a highway, especially like this one, you'll come to a sign. I don't think we passed one yet, but it'll tell you speed limit 70, minimum speed 50. So if you can't travel above 50 miles an hour, you should not be on this roadway. And wherever that grandpa was, transporting those drugs for whoever, that 45 miles an hour, 5 miles below the minimum speed, is what got him. And people talk about impeding traffic. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you can't ride out there in the left lane, that cop will pull you over and write you for impeding traffic. And my question is, how are you going to be impeding traffic if you're traveling at the speed limit? Again, that's just my opinion. You know, everybody has one, including Ghost Rider. But just some thoughts and questions I'd like to throw out there at you. Well, that's going to be it for today. Just wanted to get out here and shoot this little vlog and see if I could get some responses and some thoughts, and some recommendations and opinions. See if anybody will talk to me on this subject. So for now, Ghost Rider, out here on the Super Slab, trying to obey the traffic laws. Red Scorpion, and we're 10-7. We'll see you next time.